A big thanks to Napoleon Grills for sponsoring this episode.
Ribeye, ribeye, ribeye. Everybody's always talking about ribeye. Bone-in ribeye, prime ribeye, beautiful Wagyu ribeye. Everybody's talking about ribeye. Why? I'm gonna get this out of your mind. You don't always have to have ribeye because we got beautiful other things like this. Let's open it up and take a closer look what this actually is. Look at that beautiful dark red meat. And look at the fat that runs in between the meat. This is a beautiful cut of beef and it's called the flank steak. Now this steak doesn't look like much. As a matter of fact, it kind of looks like an ugly steak. But if I show you what's inside this steak, you're gonna be amazed. So I'm gonna cut it up and we're going to take a closer look inside. Take a look at that. The cross section already has a lot of marbling. As you can see, the grains are running in this direction. So a real cross section will look like this. Now look at that. That is more like it. So make another cut. And here we have a beautiful marbled steak. Absolutely beautiful. And we're going to cut out a couple of these out of one flank. Of course, you want to get rid of that silver skin, but you don't want to get rid of the fat. So I'm just gonna go underneath that silver skin and trim it off. Now that's what I call a beautiful steak. And one of the characteristics of a steak like this, and a good flavored steak, is the redness. How intense is the red color? And that red color is telling me it's very flavorful. It's the hemoglobins that have been given the opportunity to work at the meat, to give it flavor, because this is a working type of meat. Normally, we wouldn't consider it tender, and we would rather use it for a soup or a stew or whatever. But now, we're gonna appreciate it for what it is, and that's a flavorful steak. Now, why am I getting so excited about this? Because normally, I would get one of these, a beautiful ribeye. Absolutely gorgeous, fantastic meat. But the price for this ribeye per kilogram is 70 euros. That's insane. Per kilogram, 70 euros, that's a lot of money. Whereas a steak like this, with beautiful intramuscular fat, perfectly good red hemoglobins to make the meat tasty, costs around 40 euros per kilogram. That's insane. And I looked the American prices up on the interweb for you as well. Just to give you a perspective, $13 for this steak, a pound, or $49 a pound. The difference is even bigger in the US. That's why maybe you should seriously consider to try this steak instead of a ribeye. Let's fire up the grill, cook these steaks up, and take a closer look at them. Look at our beautiful ribeye. Isn't she gorgeous? That's why we love her so much. Beautiful round form, nice little bit of fat. Look at those sear marks. She performs 10 out of 10 every time. But now, there's this. Well, actually, it's been here for quite a long time, and she's been patiently waiting for us to discover her. The flank steak. This thing is absolutely amazing. We got a beautiful crust. It's juicy. As a matter of fact, it's dripping. I'm quickly gonna season it with salt and pepper because I like to season my steaks after I've cooked them. It's giving your steak texture and it's leaving more power. to the ingredients that you put down afterwards. Now, of course, there's a good reason why you pay more for the ribeye and why the value is higher. Because it's tender, it's juicy, it's beautiful. That's why we love it, and that's why I haven't sold you on this steak just yet. But this actually is more flavorful than the ribeye. This can be just as tender as the ribeye. If we eat it like this, it's not gonna be as tender as the ribeye. But let me show you the trick. I'm going to cut this piece of meat against the grain into thin little pieces, and that's going to cut the fibers. And when I'm talking about long fibers, if you can see this side, and I can tear this up, look at that. I'm tearing it up along the fibers. There we go. You see these fibers, you run in this direction. And if you eat one of these fibers like this, it's gonna be chewy, it's gonna be tough because there's so much strength in this muscle. It's a working muscle. And well, this case, it's kind of, it's pretty good. But if you cut it against that grain, it's gonna be so much more tender. And it's just gonna fall apart on you. Look at that. Boop. No resistance at all. Now let's make a beautiful plate out of that. Now that's a good looking plate, right? This isn't an ugly steak. It's just an ugly steak if you let it be. You can turn it into something beautiful. All of the power's in your hands. You just gotta use these hands. Do your magic. Be a real pitmaster. And then when you are, you end up with a beautiful thing that is cheaper than the other beautiful thing, the thing that we love so much. Beautiful flank steak, beautiful but expensive ribeye. Of course, the proof is not in showing you the steak. The proof is in eating the steak.
Straight away from the beginning, I'm drawn to the buffet, to the flank steak, because I love that color. And honestly, I don't get why people say it's stringy and it's chewy. That's everything that's great in it. I love that texture.
This is a fantastic steak. Granted, it's a little tougher. The thing is, with the ribeye, the fibers are much thinner. Well, yeah, I still love my ribeye.
Tenderness and chewiness are completely a different thing. Something is a bit more chewier. It can still have a lot of flavor and still can be tender as can be. And that's what this is.
If I had to save some money, I would choose the flank steak over the ribeye any day.
So now your famous dish. What is it? It looks like steak.
It's flank steak with the chipotle smoked bull sauce.
Yeah.
A little bit of broccoli,
yeah.
Some pistache nuts, a little bit, of course, of our famous smoked white piña pepper, and of course a little bit of salt, and that's it. But beautifully plated.
Beautifully plated.
Give it a try.
Are you supposed to eat it with the broccoli?
If you want.
At once?
It depends what effect you want.
I want to eat it with that pistachio nuts.
The broccoli is good for you.
Yeah.
It's like it makes it like almost a vegan dish.
Almost.
We almost made it. There was broccoli on the plate. While Morrison tries out this beautiful plate, I want to say big thank you to our patrons and the YouTube members. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, then let us know. Leave us a big thumbs up or comment down below. See you guys next time. Until then, is it good?
Oh, it's amazing.
So eet smakelijk and keep on grilling. That's it.
That's it.
Our show's over.
No, eat your broccoli.
I'll eat the broccoli. I like broccoli with this sauce.